it created this kind of mistrust. For example, Carney always says, okay, we have already nailed the deal, but at the last minute, you have changed it on your own side. So this is not a trustworthy behavior. The representative of the trade in America also says Canada are also changing too much, to break down their old promises. So this kind of the pointing finger games actually are hurting the whole long vision. We do see there are some windows, technical windows for the short term are still being there. For example, Canada has made an announcement, okay, we're going to pause all this kind of the negotiation and then we're going to retaliate. But let's give it about 2 weeks, window, about the buffer period of time. So which shows that the door has not been fully closed. But hey, if you want to reboot the whole negotiation, there are some preconditions. This kind of a consensus has been in the making, like we have to diversify our trade, we have to reduce our reliance on America. In American government itself, a lot of people have a very different understanding about how they should treat Canada as well as treat Mexico and even force other alliances out of the North America. So I think before, even though we are having this kind of 2 weeks buffer, but I think before they can reach a deal, I think we have already got to see the sale has already go away. I think this kind of a behavior actually is sending, several strong messages. I think number one is so-called the security is an illusion now for all kinds of the trade agreement. So nobody can be immune from that. So which means no matter how close you think you are to America and how important you are to America, it's gone. And also, I think, the diversification of the market or the decoupling against America's supply chain were also going to be the case and the consensus for, every other country in the world. Canada has already been saying that we should diversify our supply chain. We should reduce our reliances. And many people else are doing so. European Union are doing the same thing. Japan and South Korea are doing the same thing. If all the alliances try to jump off the boat, and I think many other third-party supply chain players should also consider that. So I think in the longer term, everybody need to consider a more reasonable solution, diversification, multilateral platform, and before everything crumbles, we need to find a safer way to make our economy more reliable and robust.